Hey, I'm Herald Sports writer Manny Navarro.
And I'm Andre Fernandez.
And this is the Gridiron Report. All right, Dre, so we're outside of Palmetto High School, week 3 about to get started here, and let's start talking about this team here, Palmetto High School. They're 2-0.
Those guys in there are real happy right now because it's been a while since they've been 2-0. It's been some tough times here the last couple of years. Coach Mike Manasco, ever since he came over from Westland, he had a real cleanup job to do last year, but it looks like that. They took their lumps last year, things have gone well, and now the Panthers are progressing forward. A good start to the season, a big win last week over Coral Reef. Now they get your Bulldogs. Two very similar programs right now, trying to get better. They've both, started the season with solid victories, and it's a good battle Thursday night at Tropical.
Who are you taking?
I have to go with this team right here. I think they've done a little bit more so far to beat Coral Reef. That's a team we had high expectations for this season, and that shows just where Palmetto's at. We don't know how well they're going to do within the district yet because they haven't gotten that far, but I think this is another solid win to keep this momentum going.
Yeah, I got to stick with my Bulldogs. It's my alma mater, man. I can't pick against them.
No, you can't. Of course not.
All right, Friday night, the best game of the week, in my opinion, Norland versus South Dade down at Harris Field, 7:30 kickoff.
Yeah, that's going to be tremendous. I mean, I can't wait. The matchup everybody's probably salivating for, if you know about high school football down here this season, is when that Norland defense takes on that South Dade offense. That O-line at South Dade, I only got a good glimpse of them last week thanks to the weather. They drove right down the field against a very good Coral Gables team. That team is going to be very good in 8A, but I can't, right now anyway, until proven otherwise, I can't pick against what I saw from Norland last week. I mean, Emmett Rice, what he did last week was just beast mode all over the field, 5 sacks.
FSU recruit.
He had to be in the backfield at least 15 to 20 times in that game. Even when he wasn't sacking the quarterback, he was right on him, had him running for his life. If he does that again this week, I can't see the Vikings slipping up, even if they are on the road.
All right, Booker T taking on Jackson Trask, 7:30 kickoff. Your opinion on that one Friday night?
I mean, if Jackson's ever going to get them, this is the opportunity. I mean, Booker T, they're not the Booker T they've been the last 3 or 4 years, but they're still pretty good. They went with the freshman last week. They went with Daniel Richardson. He threw 4 touchdown passes and over 300 yards. Yes, it was against Pace. Jackson's better than Pace right now, but I still have to go with the Tornadoes, but it is going to be one of the better games between them in a long time.
Columbus at Southridge, 7:30 kick. I've picked against Columbus all season, but I think I'm picking them this week.
Wow. Well, they'll be happy to hear that. They got a little riled up when you picked the Bulls last week. I will say this. Southridge is very good. They're much improved. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull this one off, but I'm with you. I'm sticking with Columbus.
All right, Northwestern going down to Plantation American Heritage. You were there last week for that game.
Yeah, heartbreaking to see Heritage battle back. It was 23-9 with 5 minutes to go, and every time they looked out of it, they made a big play, whether it was a fumble forced, the big play Pat Sertan Jr. did, the run down the field, grab that. It wasn't really an onside kick. They just kicked it into the corner. He showed what he can do. He grabbed it, got out of bounds, put him right there near the goal line. Then they blocked the field goal. They just would not go away. Unfortunately, a little miscommunication on the extra point try cost them the game, but I got to go with the Patriots. I think they bounce back nicely in this game, and they go on a roll.
All right, I'm in agreement with you. I think this is a different level for Northwestern. Heritage is a legit state power. Shaman at Cardinal Gibbons, 7 o'clock kickoff at Catholic Bowl.
Yeah, interesting one. I mean, I don't think they've played in a long time. I can't remember the last time they played, but Gibbons is still pretty solid. They showed that. They beat a good Everglades squad last week. But I like this Shaman team. I think they're on the rise, a lot like this team is, a lot like your Braddock Bulldogs are. And in this game, I think I'm going to go with the Lions on the road. I think they're ready to get a big win on the road that's going to open up some eyes.
I like Coach Jason Milgram. I think he's going to do a phenomenal job at Shaman, but I don't think they're ready yet. I think Gibbons, you're kind of cutting them short. I know Deion McIntosh is still there. There's some good players. I'm picking Gibbons at home to win that game. All right, Mater Academy versus Reagan, Saturday night. Mailander, that's a pretty good district matchup.
Yeah, definitely. And in that district, it's almost a district matchup every week. I mean, with 9 teams in there. But this is one of the better battles, I think. You got some neighborhood rivalry in there, Doral against the Hialeah Gardens kids. But I think Rocco Casulo, the job he's done so far in a short amount of time with Mater, is going to show on this type of a game this weekend. And I think they edge the Bison just by a little bit.
Yeah, I'm with Mater as well. And last game, Jacksonville First Coast taking on Central Saturday night at Trask.
Well, First Coast, always a very athletic team, always one of the top contenders in 8A. But to come down here and beat Central is another story. I think the Rockets got over that DeMatha loss. They're working some things out still, but they already showed that they're, James Cook came into the game finally for a long time last week, ran for over 100 yards. They've always had that superstar guy in the backfield, usually 2 of them. I think if anyone's going to just elevate Central a little bit down the road, it could be James Cook once he gets some experience under his belt, and I think the Rockets pull it off.
Yeah, Rockets at home at Traz. This is a big game for them to bounce back and prove something against an out-of-town opponent. They win that game as well. Yeah. All right, that wraps it up for week 3. For Honor Fernandez, I'm Manny Navarro. See you next week.